So tomorrow we got AMF Diesel Jam out in Scranton, and I haven't done anything to the El Camino. I mean, the last time we ran it, we, had Burnout National season opener. Jacob and I, we went down to Cecil Dragway, got another set off, but I haven't done anything to it since. And Holly Performance actually came through, and I got some nice new parts I got to put on this thing, and we're gonna be finally putting some water methanol on this. So I got to bring this thing in the shop. We got to get some tires mounted up on it. I got to clean the air filter on it. I got to do a lot of things. And we're going to finally put in some water methanol injection. Maybe keep the EGTs down a little bit, but they're just a number anyways. So let's see what we can get done. So got this thing back in the shop here, and I got a box from Holly Performance. This is their dual injector aggressive methanol injection kit. Comes with a nice 5-gallon tank so we can spray as much as we want. Got some lines and our big old pump. So we're gonna mount this probably underneath the car in that bed space underneath the cabin there. Run some lines up front. I think we're just gonna, I don't know, slap the tank right there. Call that good. Gotta run some wires. And then we got a nice little controller that we gotta mount up in the dashboard so we can get this thing spraying as it needs to. So I got a day. We're gonna I don't know, I got a day. We're gonna try to do this tonight. We leave tomorrow at noon to go over to Scranton, so yeah, it's fine. Just kind of throw this in there and we're gonna wing it and see how it goes. Going through all the parts and everything, we gotta do the most important thing first, right? I mean, new sticker, it's gotta go on the car. Minty. All right, I got a lot to do. We got a couple hours to get this done, and yeah, so gonna get to it. Gonna get this tank mounted up, get some rib nuts down in there, run some wires, hook some hoses up, and start spraying some methanol, so you don't get banned on Facebook. So methanol. Well, I had to go to that freaking job that I have to go to every day, so I'm back now, and we're the same place we started this morning. So I think this is a good spot for the tank. I got a fitting right here. We're just gonna come straight up, put a grommet through the floor. That's gonna be right there. Call that done, right? Pretty easy. Maybe I'll flip it, I don't know. If I do it like that, we could put the grommet in the back over there. I mean, I guess that works too, but then it kind of sticks out a little further. I think it looks better like this. I think tank's gonna go right there. So let's get this mounted up. It's gonna be a little funky on the rails here. Might do something with a plate and rib nuts because I'm on this one and off that one. You can't really move where it is because the tank's gonna leak because it's hollow actually inside of this bend here. So I'm gonna do a little thinking, and I think we're gonna get the tank mounted up, and I'll bring you guys back when that's all set. So yeah. Now, if you know me, you probably know that I don't like measuring and shit, right? I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure stuff out. So if I just take the tank and put the tank where I want the tank, and then I just go with one of these. Now we got our holes. All right there. I'll drum out. Well, that truck wasn't tight. Set that back on there. Oh, look, the holes line up. That's my style. So we're gonna drill that out where the fitting goes. We're gonna drill it out for a grommet. Fitting right here, stick right through there. That runs inside the car. Blast some rib nuts in there. Tank's done. Keep going. So we got the old trusty Harbor Freight rib nutter. Drill the holes to the right side. Close enough. That's one done. Now we'll drop our tank back in, bolt it down so it can't move, and then we'll drill our last 2 holes, so that way it's actually lined up. That's how you do things without measuring, so, but you still make sure they're right, you know. Right enough. That is the tank all mounted, so if we come back inside the car here, if we come back down inside the car here, we look way back up in there, straight back. That's where the fitting came through. All right, I already put the line on it, the hose on it. So we're gonna take that hose. I think we're gonna mount the pump right here. Pop our line in our pump. All right, figure out exactly where the pump's gonna go. A couple more riv nuts, mount our pump up. And then we just run the line forward, run the wiring back, put the carpet all back, and Bob's your uncle. Mount the controller to the dash, and yeah. So let's keep going here. Let's get that pump up mounted. All right, so down in there, we got a couple bolts holding that pump in. So let's get on to some wiring. Basically, this is gonna be to the controller. We gotta send this power, ground, and we're gonna send it our input from our map sensor. So it looks like a whole lot of wires, but really there's not a whole lot going on here. We got 2 wires that we're gonna run to a level sensor in the back of the tank, so that way we can have a little indicator on the dash to see when we're actually out of fluid. And the rest of this just gonna get routed through the car, throw it in place. So let's do some wires. So that big scary harness is all figured out now. So I got my little controller here mounted up. This is my radio bezel that goes on the car there. I had an aluminum plate that I put on it. So our yellow wire is going to be for our arm switch. We're going to run another 12-volt wire to that, so that way we can turn the system on and off. We have an LED sitting right here, which is going to be for our level sensor. On the back here, we have a trunk that we have that's going to go down towards the rear of the car. We're not going to use the green wire because I don't care about boost safe, because we want all the boost we can get, right? So our pink and our orange is going to be our power for our pump. Our black and white is going to be for the solenoid to keep it from dripping into the engine. Our brown and our white is for our level sensor, and our black and red is just to power the entire system on. So that's going to be fused at the battery. So we can go ahead, throw this back on there. Oh, I forgot one wire. This is our map reference. So this is going to read off of our map sensor, which comes from our Edge CTS3, which is inside right now. And that's going to give us our boost reference. So that way we know when it's going to come on and when it'll actually control it. So we're going to put this back on there, route our harness down inside there, connect this over to our harness that goes to our edge, and run this trunk of harness down underneath the carpet, put some loom on it, try to make it a little bit nice. Our wiring snuck up behind our dash, blue wire going over the edge, this harness sitting over to the side. Go ahead, pop our panel back on, throw our 2 screws back in there, and that's done. Nice and easy. It looks pretty good, right? So our low and our high is going to be when we want it to start injecting, and this is going to be when we want it to reach the full ramp, right? So this is a percentage of a 5-volt duty cycle, right? So 0 would be 5 volts, 90 to 100, or sorry, 100 would be 0 volts. So the way map sensors work is as they see boost or see pressure, voltage decreases. So we're going to start here probably around 30%, and we're going to reach full ramp probably around 70%, which will put us right around like 50, 60 PSI of boost. So let's get this harness here loomed up and ran back underneath the carpet, make our final connections, and start running some tubing. Not too bad. So back down in here, I got the rest of the wiring all connected. These are just garbage scraps here. We'll maybe one day clean this thing up. Got the level sensor wired up. Just gotta run it through a grommet and figure out how it plugs in. There we go. All right, so wiring done. Same time, I ran the tubing back underneath the carpet. Comes way up to the firewall and goes right there through that grommet. So first we gotta prime the pump before we actually hook this up. We're gonna run some distilled water through it. The tank's supposed to be clean already, but we're gonna run some water through it just to make sure she's clean. Don't want to clog these nozzles. Well, it's been a long night, but I'm basically done with the wiring. I mean, this thing is ready to go. Added a switch in, had this laying around from my old lawnmower. Pretty fancy if I don't say so myself. So system's armed, it's going through its little test thing, but we can see it's up and working. turns off. So let's finalize this, put this panel back on, screw it back on, and then we got to start running lines, flushing the system, and putting the ejectors in. Almost there. Like I usually do, I get terrible at recording, but it's back together. Key on, system's on. Now we're flashing an error code, but that just means flashing one time, we are out of fluid. So let's get some distilled water, fill this tank up. We're gonna do the test, flush that line out, and then we got 2 injectors that we just got to install in that intake manifold. And this thing's ready to rip. So let's get this going. Got some good old Dollar General distilled water. Fill that tank on up. I do this all the time. I completely forgot to record everything, but it's done, right? It's done. So I ran 2 injectors, right? 500cc nozzles in each one. We have our boost pressure sensor going back to our Edge CTS3. That's it, right? Our water line ran right here, comes over to a T, jumps over to this one, right over there. System's primed. So tomorrow morning, gonna mix some methanol up, get that tank switched out to methanol. I mean, it's already got 2 gallons of water, so 2 gallons of methanol, we're 50-50. And we're ready to rip. All in all, not too bad. I mean, it's, what, 3 hours it took me. I did a pretty decent job, pretty happy with it. Got riv nuts, got everything mounted, zip tied, wire loomed. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. You know, we even got our pressure sensor. We just got our garbage everywhere that we need to clean up, but that's usual. So tomorrow morning, gonna head out to AMF Diesel Jam, probably put this thing on a dyno, see how it is, you know, stock, do a nice controlled run, probably start to bring it in, see how it does from there. Maybe we won't, maybe we will, but it's gonna be different. So this is my first time installing one of these, and it is not bad at all. If I could do it, you could do it. I mean, not hard. So we got our switch, we got our controller, we got our pump mounted, we got our tank mounted, and all in all, that's like 3-ish hours of work, and that's not working fast, drinking beer, and yeah. So nice kit. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, AEM, and hopefully this thing is going to make a big difference.